Hello and welcome to Fletch and Sav, the best bits today, live from our home of BT Sports Central in London.
A heavyweight lineup, Darren, of guests this week. Reads like a dream, six-a-side team. McManaman, Owen, Wright, Campbell, Ramsey, and Captain Savage.
What about David Haye?
I'll tell you what, Fletch, he'd ref it. You wouldn't want to argue with him, would you?
Vladimir Klitschko would.
Boom!
If you're not built like that, if you've not got the high pain threshold, if you feel psychologically that you've got to be 100% before you go on the football pitch, can a manager ever say anything that makes you think, OK, well, I'll give it a go then? Or is that maybe something, that may be the way that Daniel's put together?
Well, I think there's two things that you've got. I think different positions have different thresholds. I think defenders have a higher threshold. And
no way, man.
Centre forwards, a little kick, they're out.
Why did we get him on?
I honestly think, there's different positions. Different positions have different thresholds. I think forwards have a little bit of, like wingers. They're like that. They're built like that. but also with Klopp, he's got to be careful. That kind of conversation should be done behind the scenes. I
think he must have had that, Sol.
No, but if he's in there for about a whole year and Daniel Sturridge is acting like that, yes, let's start talking about this in front of the media. He's got to be careful because when he gets back in, you don't want to lose his confidence and you don't want anything taken away from that relationship before anything happens. You've got to be careful, because the papers, once it gets out, he's under pressure now.
I think he's under pressure now.
And there are people who, can play football all day long, every day. You look at Suarez, you look at Alexis Sanchez now, who's playing in the English Premier League. They're bomb-proof, aren't they? They can play all through the summer, hit August running. They're still fine. You see Wenger saying about Alexis Sanchez that he's just fantastic. He can play and play and play. He never looks tired. And there are people who have got different levels of, being able to get through games. So, if Daniel mightn't be as strong as other people, and that's fine.
At this minute in time, if you were playing now, would you rather play against Kane or Vardy?
Me, not a problem.
Either. Sol, man!
Not a problem. I think you guys forget how good I was. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Love that.
Who would you buy, Vardy or Kane?
Go on, then.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Why?
Because he's young, he's playing at a higher level, he's scoring goals. I'd buy Harry Kane.
And I think he's... When you look at them both, you'd say Kane is more guaranteed to continue this scoring spree. I mean, he's been doing it for longer than Vardy, you'd say.
I'd go with Vardy simply because I'm kind of similar kind of player to Vardy, and I'd like to think that he can go on and do more. I want him to go on and do more. I'll go Vardy because I think that he's proven a lot of people wrong.
Followed your path, hasn't he?
I think he's blasting his own the way he's doing it. Yeah, I really do.
And on the subject of him, he mentioned Kane doesn't do one thing brilliantly well. Vardy has got great pace, if you want that in your team.
Yeah, he's got pace. He's very direct. Kane, I think Kane can lead a line a little bit better. He's got more size, hasn't he? He's got more to his game.
Perfect. That's how we do it. That's how we roll. What does he do well that gives centre-backs difficulties?
I think when you... when I watch him play, one of the things you've got to do as a defender is go with all his runs, because he's a willing runner, and that's a fantastic thing for us in the forward, because obviously some centre forwards don't like running, but so he always going to do a run, he's always going to be on the edge, so you always got to kind of have that in mind. I've got to go with every single run because he's going to get in. And that's how a lot of these goals are scored, where the defender just switches off that kind of second and he's in. Or someone doesn't shift over, leaves him, he's in. So as a defender, good defenders, proper defenders, will analyse his game. But obviously, there's going to be seconds where people are pulled over the place and he gets to space. And when he's in there, he's more than likely he's finishing a goal or putting someone else in.
If United don't win a trophy this season, would you sack Van Gaal?
I thought you said it was a good question.
There you go.
It's okay to would you sack him. I just think that at Man United, you can't stay as long as he has, spent as much money as he has and stayed here. I think that he should go anyway. If that's the case, if they don't win anything, there's no way United should be going at the time they're going with their history. Like everything what Macca said earlier about the club that they are, and Van Gaal stays if they don't do it with the money.
I don't like the sacking of managers just on a whim. I really don't.
But it won't be on a win, Mac, will it?
No,
2 years it'll be. 250 million quid.
2 years in playing this, if they continue to play this style of football, Robbie, I think that's the bigger thing for me. But if they continue to, if they progress and finish second or do whatever they want, Well, then, I don't agree that they should sack managers, but I need to, from now to the end of the season, I need to see some progression.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? If they win, then OK, you paper over it. But if they don't win and they're continuing to play like they are, then...
Would you give them another couple of $100 million? You wouldn't give them another $100 million, would you, to spend?
Will Pep Guardiola be at Manchester City next season?
Yes.
Yeah! The floor is yours, my friend.
Sure, I'll tell you what.
Well, I think the fact that he hasn't signed a contract at Bayern Munich and he doesn't want to discuss it suggests that he's going to leave Bayern Munich, doesn't it?
Go on, mate.
Manuel Pellegrini is struggling at Manchester City, the way they're playing, and the fact that...
You were at Juventus with me, weren't you?
Yeah. I just think it's an easy decision.
I'd say surely Man United have got to hang out and see if they can get him instead of in front of City. Surely, if he had to choose Pep Guardiola between City and United...
There you go.
There's a question.
I'm sure he's got to go for
question.
United.
Yeah, but surely...
To City.
Manchester, it's easier to get rid of Manuel Pellegrini than it is Van Gaal.
When you're coming back,
Yeah.
ideal fight, I'd love to see Haye, Joshua. That would be amazing. But say you fought Klitschko again, how would you approach it differently?
I'd make sure that I was in perfect health. I'd make sure that, that my head movement and my foot speed were a lot better than they were. I wasn't able to close the gap on him. If that was 5 years ago. Since then, he's slowed down a little bit. I don't believe I have. He's had a few
Even
fights.
with 3 years out, Dave?
With 3 years out. Remember, a lot of boxers, when they have breaks, it's because they've had their head punched in for so long and then they retire after a loss.
You never got hit,
I hardly ever got hit. My last fight was a win against Derek Chisora. I knocked him out in 5 rounds. And since then, I haven't been able to have a fight. So I haven't got any wear and tear. There's no damage done. Right. So I've kind of stayed preserved in this time. The only issue I had with my right shoulder, that's fine now. It's stronger than it was before. So I'm a 35-year-old who feels 27.
That's all for Fletch and Sav this week. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Keep tweeting into @Fletch and Sav in the week, and we'll see you next Saturday from 10 o'clock.
We'll be back on the road at Stoke v Manchester City with Shay Given alongside me, Fletch, and Ian.
Right. He's done 3 times next week.
Right.